welcome to Abby's Book Reviews. This is the wrap up for April. So there's quite a few books I've managed to read, including some rereads. So I'm going to discuss the books first and the rereads in a bit. So to start off with is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. So this is the first in the Raven Cycle series. I did enjoy it once I got into it. I had to talk to people and they were like, oh, get to about page 100 and then it's all good to go. So yeah, it was a bit put it down a couple of times just because it wasn't catching my attention, but I'm so glad I persevered. It's really, really good. And that leads me on to Dream Thieves, which I have put up for a review this last week. Yeah, I did enjoy it. There was a lot of it I felt was kind of filling, which was a bit annoying. I did like all the backstory bit, but yeah, I don't know, just it wasn't for me. But with the ending, the last 150 pages, I didn't put it down, literally stormed through that bit, and I really want to read the next one now. Okay, on to The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. So this is a standalone. It's about some kids that live in this town in America, and the town is kind of not taken over by fairies, but has a relationship with fairies. And in the middle of the forest there is this glass coffin, and inside is a sleeping boy / prince, and it's kind of a what happens when the glass coffin is damaged and he gets out. So yeah, it's how the town interacts with fairies and stuff. I really, really enjoyed this. I kind of wish that there was more in this universe because I really enjoyed it, and I would love to see more about these characters, but I really like the way it wrapped up as well. You kind of know what could happen, and it's up to your imagination as to what else, could go on afterwards. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this one, and I'm looking out for anything pretty much by Holly Black. Next up is Blood Rose Rebellion by Rosalind Eves. This is 19th century alternative London and Hungary, and I really, really enjoyed it. I'm not really one for historical fiction, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't at all what I was expecting, and it's kind of magic, a little bit of history, a little bit of romance, a little bit of fighting, all put together, and it's put together in such a good way, and I need the next one now. Please, Rosalind, can we have the next one? And last up for the books that I've read this month without being rereads is The Bone Witch by Rin Chipogo. So this is where witches are called ashes. I really enjoyed it. I've seen a lot of negative comments about this book. It does flash, so the first chapter is one character's point of view and is the present, and then it flashes back to the other main character's point of view and is the past, and it kind of builds up to near the present. I think there's still about 2 years to a year between the present bit and the past bit, so that's going to be more in the next book, which I am dying for, especially the way that she ended this book. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I have to wait a whole year for the next one. So yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, and it's just really interesting seeing how different people think about magic in different ways. It's such a unique aspect of magic that I haven't really seen before, of the different, I suppose not systems, but the way that some people have it, have just a little bit of magic, so do one thing and then it builds up, and there's all the different elements and stuff. It's really cool. I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, go make up your own opinion about it, please. I realised that I missed out a book and that's because it's a novella, which is also an ebook, and I got it as part of a pre-order giveaway thing, and that was for pre-ordering A Crown of Wishes, Death and Night by Roshani Chokshi. Novella comes out on the 2nd of May, so in a couple of days, and I am so happy that I managed to get it early. It's not that long, I think it's about like 100 pages, and it's really good fun. It's kind of a prequel to The Star-Touched Queen, and it is just really fun to see kind of what happened in the previous lives beforehand. If you've read The Star-Touched Queen, then you kind of get spoilers for the novella, but if you haven't, then I would really advise you read Death and Night first, and then go on to read The Star-Touched Queen, just because then it lets you know like all the little nuances and little items and objects and stuff, and like the way that characters act as well are kind of explained a little bit in Death and Night, and like you can really see why they act that way in The Star-Touched Queen because of Death and Night. So I kind of wish that I'd had Death and Night before The Star-Touched Queen, just for that aspect, but reading it the other way around was quite special as well. So if you are interested in reading The Star-Touched Queen or A Crown of Wishes is a companion novel to it. But yeah, so Death and Night is there if you want. It comes out in a couple of days, and it was such a fun, quick read, and it was just a really cute little romance story. And then onto my rereads. So I had to reread them because obviously ACOWA's coming out, and I can't live without having reread them, even though I only read them the second half of last year. But seeing as I've read so much since, so it is A Court of Thorn and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury, and oh my gosh, so I was reading this one as part of a book group, and with about a week and a half to go till the end, I decided to binge read this one and then binge read this one in 2 days. Not even probably 2 days. I literally read it so much, and I hadn't tagged them before. I don't know if you can see, like, that's my tagging for ACOTAR, and then that's my tagging for ACOMAF, and that's just on one read. Like, if I tagged them the first time, God knows how many tags I would have in these books. So yeah, if you haven't read them yet and you're waiting for ACOWA, then I completely understand that you want to binge read all three at the same time, and I know there's a lot of hype around them. I would personally just say, kind of ignore the hype, try to forget whatever you've seen or heard about them, go in with your own opinions. It's been really, really fun doing it as part of a book group, just for this book, and this book is our next month one, and I'm just going to sit and have a chat with everybody about what they think and see how their opinions change, because it was really fun, because it's a reread for me, seeing everyone's opinions on this one when they hadn't read it before, and like seeing different things, and also not having read ACOMAF, and it was just really, really fun to see how opinions differ depending on whether you've read it or not, or if it's, you know, your first time reading it, if it's your second time reading it, and you, especially if you've read this one. Like, there are so many differing opinions, and I'm sure there will be even more after the new release, which I've already seen loads of people getting their new books, and I cannot wait to get mine. I've had shipping notification for one of them, and I am so excited. I'm hoping it comes on Tuesday. We've got a bank holiday weekend this weekend, so that means probably not, but we will see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I will get it on Tuesday for release day, but if not, hopefully very soon after, because I need this book so much. Enjoy the book that you're reading. If there's any books you think I should go for, let me know. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you think about them. And yeah, see you next time.